A big part of dealing with our emotions is naming them and talking about them. Then suddenly they feel seen, and they kind of relax a little bit. So, what better way to do it than through um, a fun 90-minute movie that's for everybody?
That is Kelsey Mann, born and raised here in Minnesota, talking about the little movie he made. You may have heard of it, Inside Out 2. It is the sequel to the blockbuster hit Inside Out, also made, by the way, by a Minnesota born and raised fella, Pete Docter. The sequel is now the most successful animated movie ever in global box office sales, a feat in and of itself, especially since it's a movie about the feelings we really don't like to feel. Here's Jana.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
The Inside Out universe plays out inside the mind of Riley.
School was great, all right?
She's a kid from Minnesota whose family uproots her life by moving to San Francisco when she's 6.
Riley, I do not like this new attitude.
And what plays out in Riley's mind comes from this Minnesotan's mind.
You're one of us.
Yes, I am. Mostly in Burnsville, Minnesota. When I was younger, we were in Brooklyn Center, but really most of my childhood was spent in Burnsville.
Kelsey Mann was chosen to create and direct Inside Out 2 by the other Minnesotan who created the original Inside Out.
I don't know if Pete asked me this movie because I was from Minnesota and he was from Minnesota. I think it just kind of worked out that way.
How two guys from the South Metro made a pair of Pixar movies that would change the game is a hell of a story that began with Pete Docter in 2015.
You want a piece of this, Pops?
He was just trying to tell a fun story, an emotional, fun story, and didn't realize how much it would help give kids a vocabulary in order to talk about the things that they're feeling, because they are feeling those emotions, but they're really hard to talk about.
That's it. Go to your room.
That it led to parents and counselors and teachers telling Pete this did a whole lot more than entertain kids. It unlocked their emotions. So that begged for what Kelsey set out to create at the beginning of 2020.
That part was particularly fun. I think the daunting part was doing a follow-up to a film that everyone really loved.
But ultimately, Kelsey knew what he wanted to do with Inside Out #2.
Diving into Riley's, adolescence, that was actually kind of fun.
Riley is 13 this time around, hitting puberty and facing who comes with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can get ahead of myself. I'm anxiety. I'm one of Riley's new emotions, and we are just super jazzed to be here. Where can I put my stuff?
Kelsey took Riley's original emotions of joy, sadness, and anger and got them the roommate they needed, named anxiety.
My job is to protect her from the scary stuff she can't see. I plan for the future.
I always pitched it as a takeover movie, like an emotional takeover. Anxiety can kind of feel like that, it can kind of take over and it can shove your other emotions off to the side and kind of repress them.
It's not forever. It's just until Riley makes varsity.
For a kid's movie, it's hard to watch this animation play out, even when an adult has the keys to decide what happens.
I'm making a movie about anxiety, and I still have to remind myself to have my anxiety take a seat.
Kelsey's anxiety, Riley's, yours and mine, all have a place inside the Inside Out world, just as joy does, sadness, anger, embarrassment, and envy.
Because the whole movie, honestly, is about acceptance, both acceptance of anxiety being there and also of your own flaws.
Which even for our kids is life. Anxiety will come for them. It does for us all. This Inside Out world just shows them that it's so. I'm Jana Shortle, anxious and joyful for Breaking the News.
I'm joyful and grateful for that story, the story behind it, and of course, that movie. Wow.